Good morning, I'm Dilek Glenister from Global Loyalty Organization, and today I'm joined by Antonio Ricciardi, Senior VP Consumer Intelligence and Engagement and in charge of Etisalat Smiles program. Good morning, Antonio.
Good morning, Dilek. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you. Very well, thank you. And thank you for joining us today.
Pleasure.
Antonio, can we start by you explaining us a little bit more about the Smiles program, giving us background, when it was launched, about your members, and how you've evolved over the last years.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for the opportunity to start with. So Smiles was funded back in 2017, and we had the purpose of putting a smile on the face of our customers. And what we did at that point in time, which was, let's say milestone one, we had an existing loyalty program, quite well established, used to be called the Etisalat Rewards. And on the side, we also had the marketplace with 250 cash vouchers or discount vouchers provided by some of our partners. So what we did, we put those two together, and we gelled them very well with our Smiles currency, which we saw from the very beginning as our happiness currency. So everything that was done from the very start on the Smiles app, you can either earn points or spend points. So that was milestone number one. Then in 2019, we had our second key milestone, which was basically to open up Smiles to everyone in the UAE. So we wanted to go beyond our traditional base, which was our telecom base, and we wanted the program to be available for all the people of the UAE. So citizens, residents, visitors, as long as they have a valid mobile number from any player or carrier of the world, they can onboard on Smiles and enjoy the full gamut of services. So that was in 2019. And then following that one in 2021, we had a significant evolution because, from the very beginning, we wanted to position ourselves more as a marketplace. Until 2021, our space was primarily the online to offline marketplace. What we did in 2021, we introduced the food delivery. So this was our first 100% online marketplace. And, we chose that one because there was so much the food as a category was resonating so much with the existing Smiles base at the time, and also with what had happened in the world by then. We were very lucky because there was an extremely high demand for the kind of service. So that was brought a lot of frequency, intensity of usage, activity, all the things that we care from an engagement standpoint. And so we decided to keep expanding the portfolio, and we did that with a couple of inorganic acquisitions. So we acquired two specialized marketplaces, one in 2022 in the grocery space, and one in the home services space, which was acquired just at the beginning of this year. And we have integrated them into the Smiles, because on one side we can combine powerful expertise and the great experience that these marketplaces have built over the time, and on the other side we can add the good reach that we have on the Smiles platform, as well as the currency, which is very well established. So these are like the main milestones of our journey and our purpose. And you spoke about people. Don't know exactly how many people we were at the beginning, probably 10 or 15 when we started. Now we're probably more like 100 or so. And we refer to ourselves as a Smiles tribe. I think what we do is very exciting, but the way we work is even more exciting. And I think the Smiles tribe has really been the engine of growth and success and the real power behind the Smiles platform. It's a diverse set of people, individuals. They are from different organizations working across different regions, but they all have a very strong sense of ownership, which combined with their expertise, I think makes that magic. Yeah.
And you were in a very, very fortunate position that during the pandemic you could turn it into an opportunity and grow your network and also grow your member base. So listening to how you've been growing over the past years, I wonder what's in store going forward. Are you going to, because you're building an ecosystem, basically. You're building your own ecosystem, and you're building partnerships. So what's your approach to partnerships? Are you looking to partner with independent organizations, bringing them into the ecosystem, or are you looking for more acquisitions?
In specific, let's say, strategic vertical or magnets, as we call them, we have pursued the inorganic acquisition, but generally speaking, that we have a very open approach to partnership. As we speak, we used to have 200, 250 when we launched. partners. I think now we're standing at more than 6,500. We've been super open with our partners because we are very thankful to the fact that the partners allow us to fulfill our mission, which is basically to be a marketplace for everyday needs of customers, and we wouldn't be able to do that all in-house or all through inorganic moves. So for us, it's very, we're very thankful to our partners, and we return, the relevance that they bring to our customers by giving them access to a large base on one side, and on the other side, we also open up the currency, which is something which is very valuable, and so many consumers here in the UAE appreciate.
And what is actually your approach in terms of going maybe one step further? Because at the moment you have your own currency and you're bringing partners into your ecosystem. Would you also be thinking about maybe partnering up with other existing loyalty programs and bringing them in as partners?
Yeah, no, you're very right. I mean, we all know that on average, every individual carries 8, 10, 12, depending on the region, loyalty programs card, right? So we know that not all of them are relevant at the same time. So in fact, back in 2020, we introduced one feature that we are very proud of. It's called Rewards Exchange. It's basically, it's a points exchange feature. It's powered by blockchain, and what allows customers to do is that they can go to one place and look at the balances of all their loyalty programs. So it's like a kind of a one-stop shop where they can check the balances for all their programs without having to go through multiple sites or apps, and as well as instantly exchange from one to another. And our approach was very open. We were not defensive at all. We said, we need to make sure that these exchanges are happening bilaterally, so that the customer is fully empowered. And till date, we've been joined by 5-6 organizations, top-tier organizations in key verticals. So we have the largest school network here in the UAE. We are the largest shopping mall group, retail group, one very significant bank, as well as the largest retail gas station network here in the UAE. They're all part of what we call the Reward Exchange, and customers are loving the opportunity to do whatever they want with their points.
And you mentioned blockchain. That brings me to the question about your approach to technology, because this year has been the rise of, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, digital experiences, digitalization, and you mentioned your exchange and the consumer wallet. Yes. What is your approach to technology?
Yeah, look, we in order to bring the smiles on the face of the customer, I think we, in the long-term sustainable way, we think that the right way of doing that is by providing relevant, loved experiences to our customers, which means that, they're all diverse, and but we all have something that we really crave for at this particular point in time, right? And being able to understand what that is, it's something that it's humanly impossible, right? If you leave it to the single individual, no matter how clever they are, they won't be able to crack it. I think the technology, the way I see it, it's bringing great opportunity on that particular front. So I'm very excited about all this, the advance in the progress in the conversational experiences that can be brought up to the customers, so conversational commerce, as well as the personalization. I know it's very inflated, the news word, but that's really what will create, I think, a clear path to win hearts and minds of customers.
And so basically that brings me to the next question about how you're using the consumer data you have on your database for your initiatives, and you mentioned personalization. And
yes. I mean, we're very fortunate. Obviously, we have so much data that much more than we could dream of, and our responsibility is to make good use of the data, right? So I think the quest for being the relevant companion to our customers is a never-ending one. So there is always incremental room for doing a better job there. So getting 1% better is one of the principles that we adopted within the Smiles tribe. And as to be concrete, to give you some examples, so at this point in time, for example, on the app, we have certain real estate on the app itself, which are powered by models. So we have models, for example, that try to identify what is the right next restaurant for you, or if you are about to choose a meal, what could be the meal that makes sense for you at this time of the day, when based on previous experiences, based on lookalike kind of models. So that's, I think, the power of data, and we have the onus is on us to make a good use of it.
And if we look at your member base, I would imagine that you have a very, very diverse member base, and also a lot of younger generation, because everybody's on their smartphones and mobile apps. How do you address the younger generation? If you look at your apps, for example, are you considering things like gamification, any other uses?
Yes, so you're right. I mean, at the moment we have 4 million plus registered users on the app, and very large number of daily and monthly active users, and what we really care about is the engagement of these customers. Right? We don't want them to come just once in a blue moon and checking something on the app. We want them to come every day and getting something meaningful to them. And one of the things that we realize that our customers love to do is to interact on a more fun way through kind of games which we have introduced on the app. So, for example, at this point in time, we have a lucky game called Spill the Wheel, where every a Smiles member can go and play every day and get something which is also personalized, a prize that will, hopefully will make them feeling a little bit happy and motivated to do something extra. So that's been an extremely strong tool to drive engagement, and I think, to be honest, that it's popular not only with the youth segment but also with a bit of older generation. Yeah.
And Antonio, I mean, you managed to build one of the largest loyalty programs in the Middle East, and congratulations for that.
Oh, thanks.
If you look at your program and compare it to other existing programs in the Middle East, how would you say you stand out?
So the one obvious difference to me is that we not like a loyalty program anymore. We are more like a marketplace. The loyalty part of it is very important, creates the common gel that puts together all the pieces. But we're more like a marketplace. So the dynamics of the engagement we have on our program, on our platform, are probably diverse from the one that you have on a traditional loyalty program, right? That's one aspect. The second aspect is the openness, right? I mean, we in the example that I made before on the rewards exchange, we've been very much open from the beginning on opening up the flows of the points in a very democratized way. We know that sometimes there will be more like sporting out or our points rather than bringing it in. That may be not fantastic from a purely financial standpoint at time zero, but brings in so much more value in terms of engagement, which is what we really think will give us the sustainability of our venture in the future.
And you mentioned your vision for the future. If you look a bit further, 3 to 5 years, where would you like to take your program?
I believe we'll still be, trying to fulfill our purpose to bring a smile through loved, relevant experiences to our customers in their everyday life. And if we are able to continue on that path, I believe Smiles will be one of those key digital companions that will be there for empowering and fulfilling the people of our region.
Okay, Antonio, it has become a tradition for Global Loyalty Organization that we ask 3 more fun personal questions. And let me ask you, if you had 1 million points, how would you spend them?
For sure, traveling. I'll use it to book a flight on our partner's Clear trip and travel somewhere nice.
Okay, good. The second question is, so imagine you had a magic wand and you could create any loyalty feature for your program you could. What would it be?
Yeah, at home we are big fans of Harry Potter, so magic wands are very popular in our everyday discussion at home. But it's that magic feature would be basically to bring in that magic smile on customers' face every day. And I think that what we spoke about earlier on being relevant and super sharp in what we are able to when we are able to engage with our customers in a conversation, that I think it's what would really make the magic. Yeah.
Okay. And so you've had a very impressive career, and you're heading one of the largest loyalty programs in the Middle East. And but if you would have the opportunity to give a piece of advice to young Antonio starting up in the loyalty industry, what would it be?
Yeah, I would say probably to being exposed to a larger variety of experiences, so maybe doing a bit more changes in the career, yeah, being exposed to more changes, and being very obsessed with data from day one. I think that would be probably some of the suggestions that I would pass to the younger version of myself.
Thank you, Antonio,
Yeah,
and
thank
it
you.
was a pleasure to interview you, and we wish you all the best for the SMILES program.
Thank you.
you.
Thanks.